Hello, my name is Michael Poole, and I, along with hundreds of other Winter Park residents, are committed to keeping our existing library in downtown Winter Park. I want to thank the Winter Park Voice for giving me this opportunity to talk to you, and I thank you for taking the time to listen. I'm a longtime resident of Winter Park. I lived here for more than 35 years with my wife. We've raised a beautiful family and have enjoyed the riches of living in this community. We love Winter Park, just like you do. And we love the library. Our kids went there. In fact, I think my sons still have a tile up in the children's area. So this issue is not about being against the library. This issue is about being against a plan that we think is fiscally irresponsible, damages our green space, takes the library out of a downtown core area, and creates more traffic than we need in our community. So when we look at the issues, what we see is the opportunity that the task force found that we could, for $10 million, completely overhaul the library and address our parking issues. For $10 million, we can create a technology-oriented library. For $10 million, we can create flexible space that we don't have today. For $10 million, we can add 20% more parking. For $10 million, we can add more furnishings and upgrade furnishings in our community, in our library. In fact, for the last 10 years, the City of Winter Park has had a line item in the capital budget for $10 million. So it's amazing to us that after we go through an 18-month process, that $10 million budget has grown to more than $50 million with the cost and the interest on the bonds and the potential operating costs for the city and the library increases. So the fiscal irresponsibility of spending that much money, can we afford it as a rich community? Yes, we can. But just because we can afford it doesn't make it right to spend that money. If we're going to spend $50 million in this community, let's have the discussion of what's better for us. Is it better to stop the pollution that's running into our lakes from our streets? Is it better to add better street lighting and sidewalks that some of the commissioners have discussed? Is it better to spend money on the tree canopy that we all so admire and like? Is it better to spend $50 million in improving the traffic patterns of our community? Or is it better to spend $50 million towards bike paths and sidewalks that we have? I think we ought to have that discussion if we're going to spend $50 million and not just singularly say, hey, let's build a great new library of the 21st century at a park and that destroys green space. 5 years ago or so, there was an opportunity to build a big development across the Central Park on the post office space. It's the size of which this new library and parking garage is in MLK Park. And our community rose up against that kind of a concept. It's amazing to me that today, that we're at the same thing, revisiting that type of construction on one of our green spaces. So please join us, please join hundreds of residents in this community who are trying to keep the library in downtown, who are trying to be fiscally responsible with your money, your tax dollars, and please vote against the bonds. Thank you for your time.